Alrighty, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steeler Nation Australia. The GOAT says 7 minutes. Couldn't wait, man. I just couldn't wait. It's been crazy time today. It's been a crazy day too. And like I said in my video today, guys, welcome to the show. But like I said in my video, where's that little thing? Oh, do something, Steelers. Do something. Come on, man. What are you doing? Come on, Steelers. Do something. They have been doing things. They've been doing a lot of things. It's crazy to me. All right, it's going to be our day 2 recap or review. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, what's going on? Who's here? We got the GOATs here. Daredevil, what's going on? Maybe for the first time in history, someone's beaten you at number 1. G'day, Sean. How are you? Hooly dooly. And George, what's going on? Brian, Rod, the whole crew's here. Yeah, man. Which one? The 7-minute one or the Rogers one? I don't really understand that one. What do you mean? When you ask a league to ask you where A-Rod's going, I don't know what that means, to be honest. But I said it yesterday. I'll say it again. I'm sick of the Aaron Rodgers stuff. So apparently Aaron Rodgers now wants a wish list of players for the Jets to get before he even goes over. Before he even signs. I just can't stand that bloke. I'm just so done with Rodgers. I think he's honestly, it makes no sense. He's having demands. He can't choose where he goes, and he's demanding all this kind of stuff. But we're here to talk Steelers. It is day 2, and yet again, I sleep through everything. So I woke up to KAZEE. Let me refresh my memory. So it's KAZEE, right? Who do we have? We had KAZEE signing a 2-year deal, right? That's going to happen in the next few days. Then we had this bloke, Nate HERBIG, 2-year deal. So he's going to play guard, possibly behind Dotson, or maybe he might be in, competing against Dotson. So that's pretty cool. And Andy Waddle knows him from Philly. This guy was also a starter as well. He was a starter, I think, with the Jets and started with Philly. So that's kind of cool. I think he's like, I'm pretty sure. Let me look him up. I think Nate HERBIG is like, 6'4". I think he's a big fella. Stats. I've never heard of him. I've only ever seen 2 or 3 plays, but I'm pretty sure he's a big fella. What is he? He's almost 2 meters tall. And I just want to see. Hang on, height. I think he's like 300 something pounds. How big is he? He's 6'4", and he is 340 pounds, 151 kilos. Mate, look, if he can play some football, if he can be a menace and open holes for Najee, then I'm all for it. I am all for it, like dead set. So we had that news, and then we also had the other news too. Larry Ogunjobi to the Steelers on a 3-year contract, right? So things are happening. And, some will say, oh, nothing's going on. They're not big moves, but they're Steeler moves. And we need to expect this was always going to happen. Let's go. So, big time. Big time. I'm not too sure which comment you mean, to be honest, GOAT. Big time. Favre didn't have a wish list. He learned from Favre as well. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, but let me know, guys, what you guys think. Are you guys happy with the overall? Are you guys happy with the signings? I am. I think KAZEE was one we had to have. Now, that puts a lot of pressure on, does Edmonds sign? If they can sign Edmonds, that 3-man rotation, yet again, what worked in the last half of the season would be fantastic. Right? I'm just checking if my connection's good. I'm just checking everything in the background as well. So if that's good to go, if Edmonds does sign, if he doesn't, what do you do, right? Maybe you bring in another safety. I don't know if you go the draft, but getting KAZEE back was part of it, right? Getting Ogunjobi back too was part of this defense too. Excuse me. So I'm having a bit of coke too. So the bubbles are getting me. Right, getting those dudes back is part of this for sure. So I'm pretty happy. Like I don't know what to say. You get a guy like the Jets guy, the guard guy. And we all talked about how the left side of the line wasn't as strong compared to the right. And I'll be honest, I didn't know who Mason Cole was last year. And then I'm very similar to this year. I have no idea who Nate Herbig is, but I've seen about a minutes of highlights. He looks okay. Put a Steelers uniform on him, and we're good to go. We are good to go. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I was going to go play pickleball today, but then I end up staying home. I might play tomorrow. That's why I got the blue shirt on. I was going to go out and play, and then news broke, and then just things went crazy. Let's put it that way. So yeah, if you guys are happy, I'm happy with that, man. I'm happy with KAZEE. I'm happy with Ogunjobi. 3-year deal or two. What's that? 3-year deal is about what, $10 million? I think $10 million per season, or $9 million per season. So that, to me, it is what it is, right? Let me see also. Sorry, guys. Okay, who's in the chat? Rod says yes so far, 100%. Yeah, it's day 2. It's day 2, and it's not even official yet. It's officially, I think, the league year tomorrow. This is the tampering period, right? Goat says, so for people who are wondering today, NHL is a live stream thing, and I asked to the people that work for the NHL where Rogers is going. Right. They said Winnipeg. So you say, okay, gotcha. So they said he's going to play hockey instead. Sean says, when you get Dupree, if they find a good way to get Dupree like $3 million or $4 million a year, like on a cheap 2-year deal, and he's happy to be back up behind Highsmith, that is definitely making a move. G'day Rivers, what's going on? Reginald, g'day Charm, what's up? How are you? Who's the next signing? We'll talk about that. We will talk about that for sure, right? And definitely too, Spillane to the Raiders. Yes. So there is a huge gap now in Steeler Nation for middle linebacker, right? You have Tay Crowder. There's another guy in there. I can't remember his name. There's Tay Crowder, Mark Robinson, and Miles Jack, right? There's a huge gap at middle linebacker. I actually thought that Robert Spillane was going to be part of that rotation. I said in a video, I think two weeks ago or last week, I don't know what it was. I said that the starters were going to be Miles Jack and Robert Spillane. G'day, Dante. What's going on, mate? He's arrived. He's here. He's late to class, but he's here. All right. Yeah, I thought it was going to be Spillane. I thought Spillane was going to be paired next to, Miles Jack, but it looks like the Steelers are going to have a new pairing. I still think they'll keep Jack somehow, right? And do they go the draft? Do they bring in a free agent? Right? It's all crazy, but that's probably the biggest need now. I would be shocked though too, Steeler Nation, right? I'd be very shocked if Devin Bush signed. Imagine if they signed Devin Bush to a 3-year deal or something like that. Then I don't know. He hasn't been playing some good football last 2 years, but I don't think it's going to happen. Who else is coming in? We have g'day Claude. What's going on, mate? How are you? Dante says I'm not a big Spillane guy. Yeah, look, I think he's good as a rotational piece. He's good in those situations where you need a thumper. Like watching him knock out Derrick Henry was probably a highlight of that year. And then he backed it up when he picked off Lamar Jackson for a pick 6. That stuff is fantastic. As a fan, you go, did he just really line up, went down? I couldn't do that. If he went lined up, went head to toe, and took on Derrick Henry, one of the best running backs in the league, that was fun to watch. But everything else, and he played some good snaps too. He played some good football. The last 2 games, he played most of the snaps. Devin Bush sat off the line. So shout out to Spillane, man. He got a 2-year deal, I think $8 million, $4 million each for the Raiders. So shout out to him. G'day, Steel Girl. What's going on? Better late than never, 110%. How's everyone doing? Look, I don't know if I can do a poll. I probably can do a poll here somehow, but I'm okay with it. I feel good. I like the addition of Patrick Peterson yesterday, cornerback 2 years. I like the addition, bringing back KAZEE. He was one of my favorites in preseason before he broke his wrist, and I feel like he's a good tackler. I feel like he can cover the receivers. He's all over the football. He can break on the football. He can get interceptions. He can play that safety. He can also play cornerback or bits of slot if he wants to, right? They're very versatile. Him and Minka next to each other, but do they bring back Edmonds, right? And I also like the idea of bringing back Ogunjobi for 3 years. 3 years. G'day, Trey. What's going on, my mate, Trey? If you guys just like NFL talk and not just Steeler talk, check out Trey and get your fix with the Wicks. Trey's doing some fantastic things over there. And we're going to go through the list too. There's a lot going on in the NFL right now. I'm going to try and go through the list that I did yesterday, try and find some new names. And I think there's been yet again a crazy situation. Rod says they let Sutton go for a reason. Yeah, if they don't like the player, well, I thought Sutton played well. with the Steelers, but like I said yesterday, I'm not a Sutton fan. I'm not a Pittsburgh Sutton Steelers fan. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. So whoever wears the black and gold is now Peterson. It's KAZEE again. He gets his second year and maybe third year. OGUNJOBI, you bring in the new guard. I'm ready to rock and roll, man. I'm ready to rock and roll. Excuse me. I'm burping all over the shop. Tomlin and Kowak come to Pro Day. Yeah, Tomlin is working around the clock, man. He's all over the shop too. He's working around. You guys put the beers emojis. Hey, someone join the Discord. Let's go. Yes. Okay. Okay, how's that working? Who's G-Dragon? Who's G-Dragon? Who's that? I got to figure that out. I might be making the Discord members only, but I got to play with a few things. It's Sean. Excellent. Okay, cool. So I might be making the Discord members only, but that's something I've got to work on in the future. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Pittsburgh Steelers right now. And I think you guys are coming in and saying hello. I'm pretty hyped, man. Like I know we haven't got the big name like the Ramsey, but nobody wanted Ramsey. Let's be honest. Nobody. What? No. Are you joking? It's just when? Where's the receipts? Where is the receipts? There's zero receipts. Yeah, right. Okay, mate. I forgot what I was saying. I honestly forgot what I was saying. You see what you did, mate? Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay, that's what I was saying. Nobody was really saying, oh, we need to get Ramsey. And I think as well, what it kind of showed us too, how much money the Steelers actually have. And who's the bloke from the Eagles? Hargrave. He got a massive deal, like $45 million guarantee for the Niners. So that was crazy too, right? So yeah, those kind of things are happening. Of course, Mason Rudolph and these other players. Who do we have left? I might try and and Patrick Peterson played for the Vikings last year. I'm all over the shop, man. Yeah, Patrick Peterson played for the Vikings last year, got 5 interceptions. So, but let's okay. Before I go for the NFL stuff, actually no. Okay, okay, calm down. I'm all over the shop. Let's go to the NFL, and we're gonna go through some new names, and then I'm gonna go find out what players are left for the free agents for the Steelers, because I feel like Rudolph's still there. Where is it? Okay, I can't show that. There's a bloody video there. Okay. All right, turn that off. Yep. Don't get me demonetized. All right. Hooroo. Wrong one. Is that it? Oh, where is it? Okay. Now, I don't know how I'm going to figure this out, because I don't know if this was from is this from yesterday? I need a name. That's from yesterday. Oh, gravy. Okay. Hang on. I got to find the updated version of yesterday. Moves you might have missed. Is that what we want to see? Yes. Because I miss them all. Right? Okay. Alrighty. So we did this yesterday, but I just want to go through. Oh my goodness. Is that going to show me the video? Don't do it. Oh goodness. You're going to kill me. Okay. All right. So any name that stand out from yesterday? So I guess that was different from yesterday. Trayvon Mullen, whoever that is. Jermaine Pratt, we saw that. They're not making any moves. The Steelers. It's not even updated. Oh, there's no point. They got one name there. There should be more names there. Well, they're not counting other names for people who have joined, right? Maybe they're not counting like KAZEE or OGUNJOBI. Maybe they're only counting guys who have joined. Maybe this is pointless. Yeah, probably pointless. Right? Wait a minute. Well, that was a name too. I heard around the corner. I think the Steel Twins are talking about Aziz Al Shir. He signed a 1-year deal, so there's an idea that he might have been there for linebacker for the Steelers, right? So it's okay. Samaje Perine from the Bengals. He's wow. The Broncos are going hammer and tongs. 2-year deal. Talked about that Juwan Taylor yesterday. Jimmy's, of course, is the Raider. Yes, you know what? Fuck it. It's not even updated. All right, check that out. Check that out. It's not even updated. I was gonna show you things would update it, right? But it's not gonna do that. Donna said check out another site that had that. Yeah, what the hell? Come on, NFL, you're behind times. But yeah, we signed Nate Herbig today, but I don't think it's allowing to see what we already have because technically, I guess KAZEE and OGUNJOBI aren't. Well, they're re-signed, but they were free agents, so they're still signed. We have Bobby Wagner. Whoa! Imagine if I don't know if we get Bobby Wagner. All right, let me figure out where's me spot track because I think we still have what? There's Edmonds to be signed. There's who we got? Here we go. Okay. So right now, the Steelers. Cameron Sutton's gone. He went to the Lions. Ogunjobi's with us. Patrick Peterson's with us. Spillane's with us. Herbig and KAZEE. Right. Mason Rudolph, no one signed him yet. Devin Bush, no one signed. Derek Watt, no one signed. Jesse Davis, Alualu, Marcus Allen, Terrell Edmonds, Reed, Wormley. You know what I'm saying? Like, who will be next, Steeler Nation? Who do you think is going to be next? Steven Sims, we haven't heard any news on that. Benny Snell. Of course, Jameer Jones has been signed, so this is not updated correctly. Zach Gentry. It's kind of like, I don't know what to expect, to be honest. Because first of all, I didn't expect Patrick Peterson. That came out of me left field. I was like, okay, I thought they're going to sign Sutton. I thought they're going to sign Edmonds and KAZEE all three together. And then they let Sutton go, see you later, mate, catch ya. And they go and sign Patrick Peterson, right? It's just so hard to keep up, Brian says, the one thing about Herbig is that he's a really good run blocker. Yeah, I've seen highlights too. I like that. I think he's a big body, 6'4", 100, or in my language, 140 kilos, 340, I believe, 340 pounds. Like, there might be a chance that he starts if Andy Wilder likes him and he was involved with him in Philadelphia and also he's seen tape with him on the Jets. He could start over Dotson, but it doesn't matter. If he doesn't start, then there's good competition there at left guard, right? The Steelers are making some good moves. Sean wants Dupree in. I wouldn't mind seeing Dupree, to be honest. I think Dupree would be kind of cool to see at a good price. G'day, Wes. What's going on, mate? Steelers most likely sign inside linebackers before the draft. They probably should sign some linebackers before the draft. I don't think they go into the draft, right, with who they have, Miles Jack and Mark Robinson as their starting linebackers. I think they'll probably sign someone. And the thing is, we may not know who they are. There might be someone from next to nowhere, right? Dante says, I'd like to sign the Steelers, sign Edmonds because he's a bit cheaper than an option. We pick him. Yeah, it depends if they can work something out. I'm the same with that too. If they can sign him at a cheap deal, but if he wants to go somewhere else, it's at this point, I can't even imagine what to think because I think that the whole thing at the start with Sutton threw me off. G'day, Toddy. What's going on? How are you? How are you, man? You guys are going so fast in the chat today. It's nuts. It is nuts, right? G'day, Yuli. What's going on, mate? Not have a car right now. Are you walking? But yeah, I tell you, it's so weird. It's so weird when I woke up, right? I woke up to the KAZEE news and I was like, oh man, I gotta get up and do a video. But it was like 6 a.m. I was like, I'm not doing a video at 6 a.m. So, but yeah. You're in the bus and walking. All right, so here's a question. What do you think the Steelers do next? Or where do they need to go next? And of course, we don't really know the money because I feel like this money just comes out of nowhere, right? But to me, there is a big question. What do the Steelers do next? It's probably the middle linebacker situation, right? Spillane went and signed that deal. Do you believe it's going to be Miles Jack and Mark Robinson there? Because I don't, right? I don't think so. I think someone else has to be, yeah. like inside linebackers, right? But I'm trying to think what's linebackers, inside linebackers, who's available? Ooh, this would be interesting. So, is this up to date? So depends if it's up to date or not. Nah, it's not. That's the thing. It's how do you find something that's like up to date? But if you guys know any linebackers, let me know because I can't find anything up to date. Levante David, he was from the Bucks, right? I'm pretty sure he was from the Bucks. Yeah, was he from the Bucks? I'm pretty sure. Oh, he's on with it. Okay. Later. I can't pronounce his name. Right. Yeah. He was on. But was he in the Bucks before? I think he might have been the Bucks before. Anyways, doesn't matter. Yeah, Bucks. So that to me now is probably because that's probably the biggest issue. We got cornerback there, Levi Wallace. I think that's kind of cool. I like the defense how that's shaping up. I think they're going to address cornerback in the draft. To be very honest, and I think defensive tackle in the draft too. Actually, there was a guy in my comments the other day, right? Kind of a random segment. He went to school with Siaki Ika, I'm pretty sure. Or that was his cousin. So there was a dude in the comments the other day in one of my videos said he was watching the Siaki Ika reaction, and that was his cousin. And he went to school with Jalen Warren. So that was cool. Right. Okay, what's the best site to say what I don't know to say what free agents are available? Okay. It's been a pretty big day, right? Here we go. Top free agents that are still available. It says Odell Beckham Jr. What the hell? That's 2000. That's 2022. All right, 2023 NFL free agent tracker. This is just going terrible. Why is it so hard to find information on the internet? Ooh, I think it's like 10. I think it's like $10 million to be honest. I think it's like $10 million or something like that. I've heard reports and ideas that they want to try and, or rumors, not the Steelers reports, but rumors where they should try and restructure his contract because it's too much money, right? Okay, I think I found something. I think I found Spot Track will do me. So, okay, surely we can find out who's who in the zoo. Now, I tell you what, though, even Heineke got picked up today. That was crazy. Heineke got picked up from Washington to Atlanta. $7 million for a backup. I don't know if he's going to start or not, right? And there was, me and Maddie were talking about ideas where maybe Heineke could be a backup, but I don't think you want to pay him $7 million, right? Peterson went to us, of course. Eric Kendricks, linebacker from Minnesota to LA Chargers. Jimmy Ward from the San Fran to Houston. He's a good safety. There's been a lot of moves. Like, this is the crazy 2 days of the NFL. Like, the crazy 2 days. Apparently, Andy Dalton went to the Carolina Panthers. 10 wow, he's still going. Is that factual or did I just read that wrong? Andy Dalton, quarterback, 35, New Orleans to Carolina. Wow. The Red Rifle. That's crazy. I'm just trying to find some names that are interesting. Where is it? Andy Dalton, yeah. $10 million, $5 million a year. That's crazy. Okay, I'll share it. It's true. Can you believe that bloke's still going? I look like Taylor Heineke a bit. Yeah, thanks, mate. Look, my hair's going all right today. It's the warm weather. Let me share this, so you're not looking at my ugly mug all the time. All right. Oh, these fucking ads, mate. Go away. Look, Andy Dalton there, New Orleans, Carolina. If you can see that, maybe you can't. Maybe it's not the best. Anyways, that's something. Who else we got? Nate Herbig. Never heard of him before, but now he's a Steeler, so I like him. Bring him on. Mike White went from Neil Jets to Miami. Some RGP Ryan is a guy I talked about before. I would love to see in the Steelers uniform. I like the way he runs, but he's a Denver Bronco. Case Keenum, Houston. There's so many moves. Emmanuel Mosley, Stanford into Detroit. Beacham, was Beacham a tackle, right? Yeah, left tackle for the Steelers. He got a 2-year deal with Arizona Cardinals. That's kind of crazy. Any other former Steelers? Greg the Leg was New York Jet. No one too important, really. Boston Scott got a deal. Right. Yeah, KAZEE, 2-year deal. So, okay, here's the available players. Bud Dupree. Right. Here's a realistic scenario. Do you think Bud Dupree would be coming over? Is that a real thing? I don't know. I have no idea, right? Donda says any Donda had a good rookie year but did nothing. Yeah, I got a haircut about 5 weeks ago, something like that. So Beacham said, yeah. Yeah, I saw that too, by the way. That's kind of crazy, right? But yeah, will Bud Dupree come to the Steelers? That'd be entertaining for sure. But there's still quite a few names, even though all the names gone off the board. There's still quite a few. Tom Brady can't be there. Tom Brady's there too. Why is Tom Brady still afraid? I thought he retired. Right? Who else we got? Taylor Lewan. They're not going to go left tackle Lewan. Don't worry about that. He spat in TJ's face. That's not going to happen. Right? Marcus Peters. I don't know. William Jackson. They could maybe offer him a small contract and bring him back. They did cut him the other day because it was $10 million. They could give him a shorter contract for less money, but he could be a role and a fit. But also, is he healthy? That's why he couldn't make the team, because he wasn't healthy. So there's a lot of names here. There's Marcus Mariota still well, there you go. Still a free agent. So I guess we've got to wait until day 3, really. Matt Filer, he's one too. He used to be a Steeler too, and he got cut by the Chargers. So that's interesting. It's kind of crazy how many free agents there are. I know there's a lot of teams, but there's so many different free agents in this. Devin Bush, of course. Brissett. Yeah, there's tons. There's tons and tons and tons and tons. I wouldn't imagine if Tom Brady came back. I would seriously. Do I delete my channel then? Do I? If Tom Brady comes back, do we even care? Is it like the Aaron Rodgers situation? Do we even care? Yeah, there's always a big link there, isn't there? There's a massive link between the Steelers and the Cardinals, for sure. There's always that link there. You got James Conner over there, and you had a few guys. I think, did Larry Foote go over that way? I feel like Larry Foote went that way. I think McFadden too. McFadden went that way, of course. Right? Oh, have we? No, is Kenny? Kenny's got brown. No, Kenny has brown hair, right? Kenny has brown hair. So I think that's good. Right? Yeah, I know. There's just so much going on. I don't know how the owners do it. You got the XFL and the USFL. We could always, whatever standouts are there, maybe they might have some links to the Steelers. I think that Ben DiNucci's playing really well, and of course I think Ben DiNucci, didn't we verse him? We versed him 1 year as a Cowboy. I think he beat us. I think Ben DiNucci beat us one time. Woodley as well. Yeah, Woodley went that way. Man, it's crazy. Wes got a good question. Why is everyone always worried about how much the Steelers pay a player like Mitchell Trubisky? If they feel they can afford it, they will keep him. They know the money's. That's exactly right. But that's like the fan, just a fan reaction. When it covers up half the screen. Oh, we beat DiNucci? Oh, good. I guess that's more or less a fan reaction, right? So when they see that $10 million in a fan's mind, maybe we're thinking, how do we use that money elsewhere to pay someone, a bit more money to go and get them so they're a Pittsburgh Steeler. Like $10 million to sit on a bench, maybe a bit much, but I don't really like. I don't want to see Trubisky as the backup, but I can kind of see it. If they don't cut him or do whatever, they're probably going to go into the season with Trubisky as their what? That's his last year on the deal. And Omar Khan talked about how Trubisky's going to be there a very long time, right? So he's going to be there a very long time. So he might be there. It just might be a thing. Now, this is the thing I've been stressing, and I know you guys probably believe the same thing. This is Kenny Pickett's team, 110%. I don't care who comes in. I don't care if Big Ben comes back. I don't care if Tom Brady comes out of retirement and wants to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, and they sign him to a 1-year deal for $1 million because he can't sit by himself in his room. He just can't stay off the field. This is Kenny Pickett's team. So this season, I think, has got some real high aspirations because you have the young offensive line. You go and get that guy HERBIG. You get some help for Kenny, right? You go in the draft, get more help. You go and draft the guys on the defense, like cornerback, like that stuff. You switch the field around. You get a Hall of Fame cornerback too. You switch the field around for Kenny Pickett and get a short field. That's what I like to see. I like to see the team getting better, and they are getting younger in certain situations. Now, I did hear that it might have been since the Colbert era, that was the highest aging player to be signed for like forever, right? But I'm okay with it. It's like if you're 33 and still playing good football, let them play. But they got to build this around. They got to build everything around Kenny. It's Kenny's team to lose, and let him play, run the ball, run Warren, and we should be sweet. I think we're going to see some good wins. I actually think we're going to see a win in week 1. I don't care. Go out there and smash someone, right? Holy dooly. Yeah, and the cap is it's so hard to figure out the cap. I know like Maddie's into the cap. I think Pittsburgh Owen talks about the cap a lot. I can't even imagine how to figure it out, right? We can use money for Levante. Is that how you say his name? Leighton Vander Esch. Leighton Vander Esch. Sign Big Ben as backup to Kenny. Here's a good question too, and I've been seeing this one too. Why is it a common opinion that the Steelers / Rooney's are cheap and we're always up against a salary cap? Yeah, I guess because the Steelers don't make the big moves. Now, I did hear, I think it was Ramon Foster talk today on DK Sports. He talked about how the teams who spend the big money are trying to get to the level of being competitive, whereas the Steelers are already there. And it kind of makes sense. The Steelers were there last year at 9-8. We can pretty much try and win every game if the ball goes our way. The fellas show up and they want to win. Whereas other teams like the Texans, the Bears, they've got to completely rebuild everything. They're going to the draft, getting number 1 overall picks. They're changing everything around. Like the Carolina Panthers, all these teams haven't got franchise quarterbacks. I believe Kenny is the guy for the recent time or the near future. He's the guy. They've got the running back. They got the tight end. They're building the O-line, right? That's what they're doing. They're building slowly in this slow rebuild process. And we don't need to go out and sign the big players, like the Ramsey, like those dudes, and spend all that money. Right? Of course, you want to see those big guys. But there was even one year, I think, that Mike Tomlin went over to, was it Chase Young, the defensive end? I think he's called Chase Young, right? From Washington. And he went around and hugged him on the shoulder. And he said, I never want to see guys like you when I'm drafting because that means they fall too far down, right? So the Pittsburgh Steelers are always competitive, and you can see that. This year, I think, is going to be one of those seasons where you have George Pickens, you have what I'm really looking forward to is George Pickens' second year. Anthony Miller gets a chance. I think he's going to be a good receiver. Calvin Austin gets a chance too. I think these guys will be good receivers. Deontay, he'll have a second chance to improve himself and hopefully get a TD this year. I'm not down on Deontay. I actually like Deontay, right? And I think things will start to work things out. And then on the back end, TJ can hopefully be healthy, and so can KAZEE. The minute that KAZEE and TJ went out, what are you meant to do? We lost the 4 games, and Trubisky didn't help us either. So, yeah, I'm and that's a good point. They could restructure Trubisky, sign to a 3-year deal, and I'm willing to give Trubisky another chance, but he can't be starter. He has to be backup. Has to be a guy if Kenny gets hurt or whatever, or has a cold, or has to blow his nose, or he needs a drink of water, then Trubisky can play a few downs or a quarter or 2 quarters. I don't want to see him playing as a starting role though. It just doesn't. Yeah, it's not bad, eh? Did you guys see that? I watched half of it. The Pittsburgh Steelers, Big Ben and Tomlin. Tomlin was a great podcast. I've seen about half of it. It goes about 2.5 hours though. All right. Okay, let's go down the bottom. Here we go. The reason why other teams have money to spend because they have no star players to play. It's all bad teams making splash plays the majority of the time. And this tends to happen, right? Like every year, you'll see these big names go somewhere. But I do believe that one of the biggest signings was Javon Hargrave to the 49ers. That defense is going to be insane. Like, that's going to be really cool to watch, right? But the Steelers don't need to do that. We'll go and sign the no names. We'll bring back our guys like Ogunjobi, who was successful last year. And then you've got DeMarvin Leal also in the second rookie year too. And of course, try and draft people. But I like what the Steelers do like that. We don't need to go and sign the big players to, be a part of the media news. We just go and do our things. You look at last year, Mason Cole wasn't a big name, but he's a pretty good center. James Daniel wasn't the biggest name, but he's a pretty good guard, right? And hopefully Miles Jack can have a big second year too. Holy dooly. On that note, okay, I'm going to drink a water too. Hang on one second. Alrighty. You know what? I'm gonna watch this back and go, what the hell was I talking about? But I'm really excited. I'm really excited what's going on. I think day 2 was fun. KAZEE 2-year deal. I like that. I just liked him when he came in, man. I think KAZEE's a good player. I like that. You like that. Peterson, good player. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they're making some moves that are fun. And they're setting everything up from the free agent standpoint to like it's going to be a fun draft too. At 17 and Claypool's pick 32. Claypool's a loser, and he's given us 32. So that's not too bad at all. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure what KAZEE's money was, to be honest. And I can hear in the background you guys are going off in the Discord. Oh yeah, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, but what I might do, guys, I might make the Discord members only. If you do want to become a member of this channel, we do members only podcast. I don't plug it too much, but when I do, and we'll do it now. So if you want to be a member, it's $3 USD. Name the credits, and I might even say that is for the Discord as well. Let's do that. Let's make the Discord members only mates rates. $3 a month. What's that? About 30 cents a day. If you find value in that, that'd be awesome. If you don't, that's all cool. Alrighty. How are we feeling? How's you the Pittsburgh Maulers? You know what? He wouldn't be a bad quarterback. He wouldn't be there's no real money there. You're probably better off being a Pittsburgh Steeler or, going to another team and sitting there for $4 million or $5 million. Look at Taylor Heineke's contract. He's getting $7 million a year to go to the Falcons, but haven't they got Desmond Ridder? Like, won't they be probably playing Desmond Ridder more than they would be trying to play Taylor Heineke? You know what I'm saying? Like, some of these big contracts aren't that bad. Like the punter contracts and the backup quarterback contracts are not that bad at all, right? Not that bad. So even some of the bigger ones too. Brian says, I would love to see Bobby Wagner in our squad. Now, if this happens tomorrow, I will lose it. And of course, a lot of Steeler Nation will say, oh, they've got too many old players. Bobby Wagner's, 31, 32. Patrick Peterson's too old. But if you compare a Bobby Wagner training like a Mark Robinson, or you get a guy in the draft to be a vet and a mentor, and same with Patrick Peterson with Joey Porter or whoever they get at cornerback, if they go cornerback, that'd be fantastic, man. Like, get him in, have him for 2 years, nail it down, and get us some playoff wins. Just get a few playoff wins and see what happens. I reckon that'd be fantastic if that happens. Yeah, exactly right. McCarron said I'm going to start in the XFL and back up. Right, and he did that too. I think he's making about $60,000 or $40,000 or $100,000 a year. He said he wanted to show highlights to his kids when his kids grew up, and not just sitting on the bench and holding a clipboard. He wanted to be involved. in the process of actually playing football, and I respect that. And he's playing pretty good, I think. I think the Battlehawks are 2-1 or something similar. So, anyways, if you guys got any more news that you've seen in the NFL or in the Steelers land, all I kind of know is that they made 3 big decisions today. Bringing back 2 players and getting the guard and letting go Spillane. So tomorrow might be the idea. Tomorrow, when things really start to ramp up, this could be the point where they go and sign someone at middle linebacker, right? Because it's so bare. The cupboard is so bare now. There's no one. Yeah, I think so. I think we are. I think I even have the opponents here. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see if we have the opponents. I had it here before, but I might got rid of it. Nah, I got rid of it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not there. Not there. But yeah, tomorrow might be something where you might see a middle linebacker go, or like Mason Rudolph might sign to a backup team. I don't know what's going on. I have to do some more. I have to do some more research. You know what I'm saying? Yuli says he's fine with Robinson. Yeah, he played pretty well near the stretch, didn't he? He played pretty well near the stretch as well. And Brian says Tomlin is big on bringing veteran players to teach, mentor. Big time. Yeah. And look, Bobby Wagner can still play. There's nothing wrong with him. Just because he's 32, 33, he can still play. So imagine having Bobby Wagner and Miles Jack. And I know it would be excellent if they were, because Miles Jack's a bit older, but 27, something like that. But they're still football players, man. They can still play at the end of the day. Like, it wouldn't be that bad. We got the 7th. Yuli says we got the 7th easiest. Yeah, you can search it. Man, I'm having such bad luck today when I'm doing the internet stuff. I couldn't even find the free agents. Who we got? Well, and also because everything's changing now too, right? So we've got Baltimore at home, we've got Bengals, Browns, we've got the Cardinals at home, right? The Bengals probably the hardest one there. We can beat the Ravens at home, we can beat the Browns at home. Cardinals, we can beat Murray at home. Green Bay doesn't know who they got, if they got Rodgers or not. We can beat them. Jacksonville coming to the Steelers, Heinz Field, might be a tough matchup with a young quarterback. He's getting better. We can probably beat the Pats. 49ers, they're pretty good with their defense. Yeah, it's not in Tennessee at home too. Then on the road, it's Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Texans, Colts, Raiders. So who's the Raiders? Oh, that's going to be a tough matchup. Jimmy G in the Raiders. That'll be a tough matchup. And the LA Rams. By the way, I'm not scared of the Rams, man. I don't know how the Rams won a Super Bowl. I feel like they put all the eggs in one basket for the Rams to win a Super Bowl, and then nothing happened. And then you got on the road in Seattle, Geno Smith and the Seahawks. So it's going to be exciting, man. It's going to be exciting. Remember when people thought that the Bills would go into Super Bowl? Now who's your favorite to win it? Well, the Bills are up there. All right. I don't know. I don't think, to be very honest, in my view, I don't think, you guys let me know too. I don't think you can really find a favorite right now. Maybe the Chiefs are favorite. Maybe the Bengals are favorite because they've got a good team. You got to wait. You got to wait until all these pieces move around, until the free agency NFL shuffle and the draft happens. Then you can kind of see and then go through preseason. But the Bills were up there. But I kind of like Josh Allen threw the game away. And I don't know. I don't think, to be honest, I know it's going to hurt some Steel fans. I don't think we are going to win it next year, but I would love to see it. I think it'd be fantastic. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that as well. They lost Jesse Bates and the other bloke, right? The other guy too. They paid exactly right. So the Rams paid for that Super Bowl, okay, and everything went to shit near the end. Like, Stafford got injured, all the team was getting injured here, there. And now it's like, and Rams aren't like I don't know. They always try and make the Rams to be a good team, but I don't know. I don't know about them. They kind of just, they won it, and then they're just off the face of the earth, nothing else happening. Right? Holy dooly. Oh man. Yeah, he is just ridiculous, right? Mahomes is just ridiculous, right? But you know what? I'm gonna do some Steelers news. Nothing's happened while we've been talking, right? Because you never know. You never know if things happen while you're talking. That's the crazy thing. So, Steelers are looking for an inside linebacker. They signed the deal. I don't know if I see anything that stands out. Robert Spillane signs. No. What? What? The Bears could trade former Steelers. What the hell? Bears could trade former Steelers receiver Chase Claypool. Why would what's going on? Hang on a minute. Former Bears wide receiver Claypool has had more question about his career after at the Bears. Pro Football Focus Mike Florio recently wrote that Claypool could be on the outside looking in on the Bears. Former second round pick, entering his final year of the deal, but with Moore and Darnell Mooney on the roster, it's unlikely he gets a big deal in Chicago because he's terrible. That's why. Florio says the Bears have too many contracts to deal with to make Claypool a guarantee for the future. He could be hot potato to a new team. That's crazy. What if we got him back? And that's it. That's all it is. So there's nothing. So there's no. Oh my. That's the rumor. There's no real link to it. It just says maybe it might happen. The internet. Maybe it might happen. Claypool's time in Chicago has been great as he caught 14 passes for 140 yards in 7 games, and his upside there is 6'4", but he's a terrible receiver. That doesn't make any sense. I'm normally a big fan of Sports Illustrated and my mate Noah Strockbaum, but like, how is that? That is so much clickbait. The title is Bears could trade former Steelers Chase Claypool, and it's based off one opinion that says because the other two people got brought in, then there's a rumor there. See how easy it is to make rumors? No, I know. I don't want him either, man. I don't want him either. No, just the article is written that way to make you think there's a rumor. The article is written that way to make, the Bears could trade Claypool because they brought in or they have like 2 other receivers who might get deals. Come on, man. That's slow news day. Let's figure this out. Did Bush actually sign with Buffalo, or was that a rumor? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful because I think during this time, a lot of people make things up. Not that I see on my news here. Says he Steelers made a play to sign Leighton Vander Esch, but I guess he signed with someone else. Yeah, not that I can see. Devin Bush news, nothing really going on, mate. I don't know. Not that I know. All righty. Yeah, man. I think I can't wait for the day 32 pick, man. Because I know, look, I did step in it before. I did like Claypool as a receiver in the first year, 11 touchdowns. Who didn't like Claypool that year? But the minute he does these ones and all that crap and just the ego about the guy that he couldn't catch a cold, mate, 32 is the best. I can't. And the fact that he announced George Pickens' draft was like, you just announced your replacement. Like, I thought that was funny, man. I thought that was great. Yuli says Pickens going to get 1,300 yards. Let's hope so. Let's hope that Matt Canada and this offense has a plan to get Pickens the ball and also get Miller involved. Get Austin, if he's healthy, get Austin involved. Get them all involved, right? I think Kenny Pickett was working out with him the other day down in Florida. That's kind of cool to see. I see some big things. I think once we get I agree with you. I agree. He has every physical attribute you could think of. Can't catch a ball and has no body control, and he's awful. So yeah. And he called him out. That's fantastic, right? I remember Heinz Ward called him out. Like, stop being a bitch. Just go and catch the ball. Like, man, it's crazy. Oh man, I know that he had a big year. He had a big year in the first year. Like, Big Ben was on 11 TDs, and then just everything fell apart. And it's so good we got back to 32. We get back 32. The Steelers can go in there, maybe get some. I think now more than ever, because they signed Herbig at guard. I think now more than ever they're kind of happy with the offensive line. they can find guys later on. But it wouldn't surprise me if they get offensive tackle in the first pick, or whatever. But I think they might go cornerback. I think if cornerback goes their way, and Tomlin loves his bloodlines, like Patrick Peterson, who was related to McFadden, right? They're cousins. If he goes Joey Porter Jr., don't be surprised. That'd be fantastic. Bloodlines right there. More bloodlines, So I wouldn't be surprised if they go cornerback and then with a 32 they go like a nose tackle or someone like that, right? To fill that role, but something I think, but now even possibly middle linebacker too. But like I think it was Yuli said, Mark Robinson is fantastic too. All right, guys, I think I've rambled on too long today. I'm far too excited. It's been too crazy. And thank you for joining the Discord. But like I said, I think I might make it members. So if you want to be a members, more of like another plus, it's only $3. Then you can join the Discord, have a bit of fun. If you don't want to, that's fine. I do lives all the time. We have a good time. It's all good. So Jeddah says Eagles don't need a corner, so little Peasy is still in the cards for us, unless Khan trades up for Gonzalez. Now, wouldn't that be an idea? Wouldn't that be crazy if the Steelers have a really good free agents ending and they use their picks to draft up? Maybe they pair like 17 and 32 to draft up. I don't know, man. I don't know. That could be a good thing. So, yeah, guys, thank you for checking in today. As always, it's been freaking awesome. I know I was everywhere today, but I'm just really excited. I'm just really excited about the team. And the fact that I think that, look, you see this image a lot. Where is it? Where did I put it today? Do something. Come on, Steelers, do something. They are doing things. It's just little micro things. Like things are happening at a slow pace. Nothing too crazy, man. But that's our team. We know that. It happens every year. Every year. We get the unknown offensive line comes in and he starts playing like Mason Cole last year. So, yeah, man. You know what? If there's crazy news tomorrow, I'll be back. G'day, Derpy. And yeah, thanks, Dante. Thanks, Toddy. Thanks, Derpy, George, and everyone else too. All right, guys. Thank you for checking out Steelers Nation Australia, and I'll see you guys later.